It seems to me that a lot of people who are ultimately here to really be focused on a spiritual path go through a phase of exploring drug use, and a lot of times that is a way of getting a break from thinking, or a way of having a kind of peak experience, or altering your consciousness in that way. But sooner or later, I feel that most people kind of get bored with that, unless they've developed an addiction that they're having a hard time breaking out of. And they would like to get positive effects without the negative effects, side effects, paranoia, certain thoughts being exaggerated or magnified more than they really need to be, and replacing that with clarity. But there's still sometimes that urge to get high, so to speak. And unless you have any medical conditions that are affected by irregular breathing, and even if so, check with some medical professional, see what they say about the thought of what I'm going to suggest is connected breathing. Connected breath work is breathing in and out without a pause, kind of like this. Or through your mouth. So instead of having the usual pause in between breaths, it stays connected. And I got a little rush right there just from that. But what you may find in doing that, and I've done a couple other videos on that if you want to search my videos using the word breath for more information, but it seems to have a clarifying effect on the mind after you move through some initial resistance. And as you do it more and more, the resistance seems to lessen. And it becomes a way of getting a more calm state in your head, and also sometimes getting insights on things you might not normally be thinking about. Sometimes I do it while watching TV, sometimes while listening to music. You got to find your own way. Some people recommend through the nose, some through the mouth. Again, I think you should find your own way. Lying down can be very effective, but I think sitting up can work as well. And I sometimes have asked myself recently, why don't I do this more often? And I think that it's about a kind of addictive thinking to the idea that some external life situation is what I want to bring me peace. Because that's our kind of biological programming, that's our socialization, is that it's all about external things bringing us peace. So something related to work, money, relationships, where you live, whatever. Waiting for something outside of you to make you feel good. So you stay addicted to your external circumstances, and that keeps the ego in control. But whatever your circumstances are, you can feel better through doing breath work. So if you feel in the first 5-10 minutes like, this is stupid, I don't want to do it, I don't want to continue, or some kind of pain is coming up, some emotions, or just general resistance to the process, see what happens if you move through it and do it for at least like 30-40 minutes. And once you get in the groove, you may want to do it longer. I did it for an hour last night, and that led to me wanting to share this idea that, this is a natural spiritual kind of high that doesn't have negative side effects, and it really does have some nice cleansing effects that can linger for quite a while after you do it, in terms of clearing your mind out of all of the chatter. Because I think more and more what both psychology and spirituality are helping us to understand is that it's really not our external circumstances that causes suffering so much as what do we tell ourselves about those circumstances. So instead of turning to drugs, which is just another external thing, then this is a way that you can, within yourself and with nothing but your own relationship to your lungs and to your bloodstream and to your body, allow yourself a greater sense of cleansing and peace, and get a high that doesn't have the kind of negative side effects that external drugs will give you. I'm at a point in life where I don't even use alcohol or caffeine anymore because I just don't feel like I want my energy or my relaxation or whatever to come from something outside of me. It's a challenge to get it from within because of, you know, the way you're socialized and what's the norms. But if you look around, a lot of people are kind of just neurotic and kind of coping with life. So you may want to find ways to let go of all these external things and develop a deeper sense of internal locus of impact in terms of what is impacting your experience of life. And I believe that connected breath work, which sometimes is referred to as rebirthing and has some other names to it as well, that this is a technique that can help you stay centered. And if you're feeling down, if you feel like a heaviness, a lot of spiritual people will feel like, what is the point? You know, things are so heavy here, and you know, if I was in the spiritual realm, then things would feel just light and easy. But I think we keep getting reborn until we get it, until we understand how to bring harmony and peace into this existence. So if you feel yourself kind of stuck in the heaviness of thought and feeling a feeling of anxiety or depression or worry about this or that, try this process and see how it works for you. It is something that I think is going to probably be more popular as people hear about it and give it a try. And it sounds so simple, it's just breathing, but it's a different kind of breathing, and there's different theories as to why it works related to oxygenating the blood cells and so forth like that. But whatever the reason behind it, I do find it to be something cleansing and centering as well. So I wanted to share it with you in case you find it helpful in your process. Thanks for listening.